The flames rose so high that night that sailors miles away at sea could see the glow on the horizon. Some thought the city itself was burning. Others whispered something far worse, that the greatest collection of human knowledge ever assembled was turning into ash.
Hey guys, please subscribe my channel,
More than
hit the like
2,000
button.
years ago, in the vibrant city of Alexandria, Egypt, stood a place that scholars today still talk about with awe, the Great Library of Alexandria. Founded in the 3rd century BCE under the rule of Ptolemy I, it wasn't just a building filled with scrolls, it was the beating heart of human knowledge. Imagine walking through its halls. Shelves upon shelves of papyrus scrolls filled the rooms, hundreds of thousands of them. Works of philosophy, science, mathematics, poetry, medicine, astronomy, and history from every corner of the ancient world were stored there. Scholars traveled from Greece, Persia, India, and beyond just to read and study within its walls. But Alexandria wasn't only a library, it was a research center. The scholars who worked there made groundbreaking discoveries. One mathematician named Eratosthenes calculated the circumference of the Earth with surprising accuracy, using only shadows and geometry. Others mapped the stars, studied anatomy, and translated ancient texts. The library had an unusual rule. Every ship that arrived in Alexandria's harbor had to surrender any books or scrolls on board. The librarians would copy them carefully. The copies were returned to the owners, while the originals stayed in the library's growing collection. This policy turned Alexandria into the most powerful center of knowledge in the ancient world. But history rarely protects
Hey
great
guys,
things forever.
please subscribe my
In
channel,
48
hit the like
BCE,
button.
the Roman general Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria during a civil war in Egypt. Trapped in the city and surrounded by enemy forces, Caesar made a desperate military decision. To stop the Egyptian fleet from attacking his ships, he ordered fires to be set in the harbor. What happened next remains one of history's most haunting mysteries. The fires spread. Wind carried the flames from the docks into parts of the city. Warehouses filled with goods began to burn, and somewhere in that chaos, parts of the great library were caught in the inferno. Ancient writers later described a terrible loss, thousands upon thousands of scrolls destroyed. Some historians believe only storage buildings burned, while others think large portions of the library itself were lost that night. Whatever the exact truth, the damage marked the beginning of the end. Over the following centuries, wars, political instability, and shifting empires slowly eroded Alexandria's once great center of learning. By the time the Roman Empire declined, the legendary library that once held the collected knowledge of the ancient world had largely vanished. Today, historians still wonder what might have been lost in those flames. Some speculate that unknown scientific discoveries, forgotten philosophies, or lost works of literature may have disappeared forever.
Hey
Plays
guys,
written by
please
famous
subscribe
Greek
my
dramatists
channel, hit
that
the
we know
like
only
button.
by name might have been stored there. Entire histories of ancient civilizations could have turned to smoke. The burning of the Library of Alexandria has become more than just an ancient tragedy. It's a symbol, a reminder of how fragile human knowledge can be. Civilizations rise, cities flourish, great ideas are written down, but without care, preservation, and respect for knowledge, even the greatest achievements can vanish. Yet the story also carries hope, because despite the loss, humanity kept learning. Knowledge survived in other libraries, in monasteries, in universities, and eventually in digital archives around the world. And today, more than 2,000 years later, a modern library stands again near the same shores of Alexandria, the Bibliotheca Alexandrina, built as a tribute to the Ancient One. Its message is simple but powerful. Knowledge may burn, but the human desire to seek truth never does.